the button. It's fine. I don't know how to do the vibrate, but it'll be fine.
Did you do my phone?
Yes, it's going.
It is. All right, do clap. I'm gonna do a clap.
All right. Well, let's
All right.
get this
Are we
shebang
forgetting
going.
anything?
I don't think so.
All right. Hello. Welcome to episode 2 of Thank You for Being Here with Jace and Jenna. As you notice, this episode is not just audio, it's also video.
We've upgraded people. We've evolved.
We definitely have. So, Jace, thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here, Jenna. And I think, so I was watching the television today.
I was watching the TikTok.
Yes, it's everywhere, you know. We're talking about the submarine that's gone missing.
Yes.
And if you don't know, the submarine is to go to the Titanic. It's a tourist thing, but for very, very rich people. I think they were saying it's like $250,000 for like one person, you know, one trip.
Yeah.
Craziness.
So these rich people, they wanted to see the Titanic. When this episode's released, all this information is probably going to be way, like...
It might be a little outdated.
It'll be very
outdated. We'll
outdated.
have new information. We'll know the outcome probably.
We will, but today we just have like a good little look of like what we think on this day.
Yeah.
So what do you think about it? What are your opinions about it?
You know, I think... I hope that they're able to be rescued. I don't know how I feel as far as if they will be able to be rescued.
Do you think they're already dead? Know. Is that that's
well,
the question?
They're saying they had 72 hours from when they first went down. They had 72 hours worth of oxygen, and so that gives them until I think early tomorrow morning at the time of this.
At the current moment of recording, they have less than 24 hours.
Okay, so as long as they have oxygen, I think they're fine because they could go without food and water. Water's a little bit tricky because we're talking now it's like 3 or 4 days. Water? I hardly even know her.
The whole submarine has water all around it. I think they'll be fine.
Maybe they'll be fine on the waterfront, I suppose.
They'll be fine for water. But also, you have to think about, like, if they have 24 hours of oxygen left, are they actually, like, using it correctly? That, you know, implies that they're not, like...
That's exactly right. They could be hyperventilating or panicking, doing stuff that'll cause them to breathe more. And I'm thinking of, like, this is a very similar situation. There's an episode of Victorious in which they're stuck in a camper with no AC or nothing in an RV. I think it was Robbie's RV. I think it was,
wrong. It was the guy with the hair.
Robbie? Andre?
No, Beck.
Oh, it was Beck.
It was Beck's RV
right.
because he lived in that RV.
Yes, he lived in that RV, and then somebody else parked next to them. They couldn't open the door, and so they were going to die in there. And Robbie drank the fish water. There we go. We've come full circle.
So do you think that the people down there, like, they could actually just get out? Just the Titanic's just parked next to it?
They got stuck on the bottom and couldn't open the door.
I think they should just, ask the Titanic to move a little bit forward, and then they'd be able to get out.
I think it's probably a tough one to move. You know, it's probably stuck in there a little bit after however many years. That's so funny. I think if I was in that situation, I'd definitely be going crazy, like absolutely crazy, because I'm stuck in this teeny tiny space. They're saying it's not bigger than a minivan with 5 people.
I heard like the youngest passenger on there is like 19.
That's younger than us.
I know.
We could have been on there.
Speaking about people's sons, one of the sons of the billionaire on the submarine, he recently he attended a Blink-182 concert while his stepfather was in the submarine, and he posted I know everybody's so worried about my father, but music really helps me calm down, and they would want this for me.
That's a little weird.
It is a little weird. Like,
I don't know
everybody's concerned about your father or your stepfather, and you're just like, you're posting this?
That sounds a little weird. I think he's going to regret that in a few years.
I think he might.
That's a little funky.
I don't know if the tweet's been taken down yet, but along with everybody posting about like the Titanic, Blink-182, the band is just like being brought into this.
That's true.
We made a Blink-182 reference in our first episode. Don't listen to that, by the way. It wasn't that good.
um, no, I think it was good. I think it was fun, but we've got better material now. Who knew?
We do.
Who knew that this would happen when we were filming that or recording that? I should say.
I know.
But another thing that I saw in the news. So every day I feel like they like change how they talk about the story. And so we live in Massachusetts, for those that don't know, and it's the best state ever. If you don't live here, you should consider moving. And best state ever. But the local news was saying that we're still covering the story off the shore of Cape Cod, where a submersible has gone missing or whatever. They're referring to the case as being off the shore from Cape Cod, but they don't mention it's 900 miles away.
I know, it's more off the shore of Newfoundland.
It's like 300 miles away from there.
I
even
know,
at that
but
point.
like,
But
it's
they're
like
it's off the shore from Cape Cod.
They just want the clout. They don't care. But I think that like a ship from Boston did like go down there to help like the investigation.
Well, so the Coast Guard, I don't know what the extent of their operations is, but at least this region for the Coast Guard is based out of Boston. Their base is in the North End. It's beautiful. It's right across the water from the Constitution ship and museum. But they're headquartered out of there. So every day when they do a news conference, it's out of Boston, which is, I think, another interesting little tie there. And that's why I think the local news stations are really milking it.
I know.
And, what can you do with that? But they were also saying people are bashing this company because the submarine is supposedly controlled by a PlayStation-looking remote. Or
that's
something.
not gonna
do you think it's an old or new one? That's my question.
I saw some things on TikTok that it looked to be around a PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4-ish era. But yeah, you're not gonna get anywhere with just the amount of buttons on a PlayStation controller.
Yeah, and I just wonder what the controls are like for that. I think that's so silly.
It is very silly. Like, you don't even have any backups.
I have no idea. Like, controlling a car in GTA 5 is hard enough. Never mind a submarine under the ocean in real life,
I know.
But
speaking about video games.
Video games and TikTok.
What?
Then video games and TikTok.
Jace, it didn't happen on TikTok. I just sent you the TikTok to give you an update.
It didn't
Jace,
start on TikTok?
No, let me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Speaking about video games, the new Nintendo Direct just came out, and I'm pretty excited for some of the releases. What I'm most excited for is the new Princess Peach game.
Okay.
What are you excited for?
I definitely like that Princess Peach game, and I like the play style, like the scrolling screen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's for the new Super Mario Wonder.
Yes, there's another game that's going to be doing that too. And he had referred to it as 2.5, what? 2.5D?
To our audience, we did not actually watch the Nintendo Direct. We watched a recap on TikTok.
And the person had referred to the game as 2.5D. Is that because it's like the scrolling screen, so it gives the impression you're moving? But
I think it's like...
It's not really
It's like you play it... Like, you can only move Mario. You can only move Mario on, like, X and Y, not Z. But it's like... I think it's made in, like, a 3D engine.
Huh.
So...
I'm just wondering what the 0.5 is, I guess.
But shout out to insert the TikTok guy who gave us the thing here. For really helping us out understand Super Mario.
The other Mario game, so I guess it was the first one they mentioned in the video. That's an RPG.
It's a remake of an RPG.
Which one is it a remake of?
Super Mario RPG.
Oh.
There's a lot of Super Mario RPGs. Well, there was first Super Mario RPG, which was the first Mario RPG, and then they had the whole Paper Mario series.
I forgot about that. People want a remake of that so bad.
They are making a remake out of it. Well, actually, are they? I don't remember.
I think he was just joking.
I think
they were hoping for a remake.
Yeah.
I don't think that was an actual remake.
I think it was like split second. Yeah. But they're also remaking. Shoot, what are they remaking?
There's a couple Zelda games on there.
No, there was no Zelda games. There was only like the only news they had for the Zelda game was that they were going to be releasing amiibos for the new Zelda game. But yeah,
We could have ended that. I just want to sit down first.
You actually have to do it in front of the camera. Thank you.
I had never done that with the camera before. Usually it's just my microphones. I didn't think about that because the camera's got a mic too.
Why are you clapping in the microphones? Just to like give them.
When I record with two, I have to sync them.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like when I'm editing.
When you're editing, what do you edit? When you're not doing the podcast.
Like musical recordings. That's why I have two mics, because I play horn. So I get one of reflected sound, one of direct sound, and then I put them together in a DAW.
Okay.
And I clap just because I save them separately as like front and back mic, something like that.
Okay.
And then I put them together and I can line them up. Perfect.
Yeah, you want to get them in the video so you can align like the claps. You can align the claps with what you hear versus what you see. One time I had to edit a dance performance where I constantly had to keep adjusting where the claps were lining up. And it was very frustrating.
That sounds so annoying.
It's because the audio and the video were not synced, so.
Oh,
yes.
Wow. That's weird.
Yes.
Huh. So speaking of clapping, this weekend we just worked a show at.
Wait, should we say where we work?
I mean, it's a big place. They have a lot of people.
Okay, so I've been working there for about a good 4 shifts, and he just decided to waltz his way on into my job and work shift.
A little bit, yes. When you applied, I did apply. I applied very early on, and then they just got back to me about my application because I think I missed the window, and they were fully hired. They had to fire a few people to make some room for me.
Because you're so important.
Yes. But it was the weird. What do you do there?
So I basically take tickets. I'm an usher. I help people get to their seats, and I'm basically, enjoying it a lot. What do you do, Jace?
So I applied as a bartender, like slinging drinks. But I got there. They hired me, as a bartender, and I got there. I had my bottle openers and everything. And she says, I think today, if you're all right with it, we're going to have you be a server in the blah, 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 blah section. I had no idea what she was talking about. I had never been there before. So she very well could have said something very clear or very simple, but I had no idea what section it was. And so I go there and come to find out it's the little boxes that are right down in front of the stage. It's the VIP or premium boxes. I forget what they call it, something like that. And so I was immediately terrified because I thought, oh my God, VIP boxes is going to be like snobby rich people and they're not going to be very nice. But it was fine. It was fine. My whole job, I kid you not, was to just stand there, watch the show. I was paid to watch the show. And then I had a little iPad on which I took drink and food orders for anybody that wanted anything. And so I would go through a couple times in the show, but they're watching a show, so I don't want to interrupt and be walking in there into their little boxes that much. So I walked through a few times, but I also had a pager on, and in each of the booths they had a button, so they could call me and it would tell me which booth to go to, and I go there and take the orders. But that was the whole job because they had food runners that would bring the food and drinks to the booth. And so my whole job was just taking orders and watching the show. It was like the strangest thing because I've never worked a job like that. Everything else has been, boom, 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 you keep working. And that was like a lot of not working, I should say.
Yeah. Speaking about the snobby rich people, you don't really, see their worst side until you place them in the area with all the other peasants. That's where you get me, the one who takes their tickets. If you don't treat them like they're some special angel when their ticket doesn't, go through, then they become demons. They become monsters.
What's your worst Karen story so far in scanning tickets or ushering? Have you seen any really mean people?
I was doing ticket taking, and we have this policy where we cannot take screenshots. And I was doing the country concert, And these group of like elderly people, I don't know how old they had to be, maybe like 70s.
Cotton tops?
Cotton top, what?
White haired.
Yes, white haired people. They come up to me with paper, like printer paper, with their ticket from a phone printed out on it. And I told them, I'm sorry, we cannot take any screenshots. And she said to me, "What? This isn't a screenshot. It's on a piece of paper." And I did not want to deal with that, so I got a supervisor.
That's funny. Oh my goodness. I wonder if they were trying to circumvent the screenshot policy by printing out their screenshots instead of just having to pull the tickets up when they're at the gate, you know.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
But exciting news today, I got a job as a security guard at a different venue.
Yes.
So I'm very excited for that.
You're going to get to see a lot more shows there, and that'll be a good time.
But it's also a sports venue, so I will definitely have to
watch the sport ball.
Watch the sports ball. I believe that the sports games are longer than the concerts, so yes. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll
That was the other weird thing about the job I was working, is that we got to leave at 10 because I think it's their permit only allows them to sell food and alcohol until 10 p.m. So we take our last orders right before 10, and then at 10 I'm done and I just leave. And so I could stay and watch the show if I wanted to, but you know,
but
when we worked, it was The Cure. Well, so I had open seats in some of my boxes because people would buy the box and not everybody would show up. So I guess I could take one of those, and I saw where there was some extra seats around, or I could just stand there like I was.
So yeah, let's talk about The Cure. So the band that was performing while we were working was The Cure. I've listened to The Cure's music in the past, and I thought it was pretty good. Jace is almost entirely new to The Cure's music, and he does not listen.
Yeah, I know nothing about The Cure, and that style of music I just had not really been super exposed to up until that point. Because, but also, can I just comment on the fact they're a bit more mature men. They're a little bit more advanced in age. And, you know, I just had a hard time relating to them. They kind of just stood there and rocked out. There wasn't much show to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's more for the brooding crowd. You saw the goth people there.
I saw the goth people. I saw biker-looking people. I saw, you know, the attendants there really ran the gambit. That's probably the wrong phrase to be using there.
But yeah, I was expecting a lot more like goth people, a lot more heavy people, but I just got like normal looking 40-year-olds. And that's about it.
Yeah. There was a lot of people there. And one of the people in my booth, it was a guy, and he brought his son there that definitely did not want to be there. He sat there on his phone the whole time.
I saw somebody
he was
like that too.
He was my age, and so I think probably in a similar boat. We don't know the band.
Yeah. But like, you're working for them, and he had to pay for the tickets.
Yes. So I offered him drinks, and he declined. The kid did. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look at the time. It is time to go. It's the end of the show.
So yes, this has been our second episode of the welcome for, what is it? What's the name of our podcast?
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here. So we plan to release an episode every week or so. We're definitely going to be recording probably like a couple episodes at a time.
Yeah.
Mostly because we have some pretty busy schedules coming up.
You know, and the episodes are going to look like this. We've got a new look, even better than the first look, and we hope to just improve and create fun content because we enjoy talking to each other, and we want to share that with you.
We do. And with that,
that's the show.
Thank you for being here. Bye.
I forgot to set a timer.
Bye.
Well, look at the time. Oh, wait.
Look at the camera.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Where's that from?
And